What's going on, guys? So, I haven't done a video like this in a very, very long time, so I figured I'd do one since I got one in. Right here, we have the world's dirtiest exterior on this Ford Escape. So, we've got the customer's car right here. I just took out all like the leaves and stuff and whatever was collecting in these gutters right here. As you can see, hopefully you guys can see that. It was just handfuls of just grabbing stuff and just throwing it out there. Just so I can get the engine pretty much cleaned up. But you can see how it looks. Not too bad, there's not a ton of stuff going on, not a lot of grease or whatnot, but you see right here, it's just beat up, torn up. This has never been detailed before. There's holes. I don't know why. The wheels actually aren't too bad. But we're gonna get those cleaned up. But as you can see, the exterior is just like, there's grime just up in here on every bit of trim. So I might actually have to pull this in the shop because I hate doing this outside, but you can see I'm gonna have to get in all these cracks and crevices. You can see what the hood looks like, bird poop. The roof is a mess. Hopefully you guys can see all that goodness up there. And then obviously you got this trim that's just covered. Like I said, bird poop. And I'm just gonna have to focus on all of these areas right here, especially right here by the tail lights. You guys detail cars and wash cars, or wash your car like once a year, you will know that there's a ton of debris that just gets lodged behind these tail lights. I have no idea how, but hey, as far as that goes, the interior isn't too bad. It's kind of like your standard wear and tear. So it's not too bad of that. Not too bad. There's not too many stains, as you can see. But guys, look at this. When I say this car hasn't been washed in years, I'm telling you, facts. You can see spider webs right there. So I mean, this car is like just filthy with the jams. Never been washed before. Check out this tailgate right here. Look at that. I'm telling you, never been washed before. It's all bad. So, but like the trunk is decent. The seats are decent. The headliner's decent enough. We're still gonna wipe that down. Gas tank isn't too bad. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna take this inside because it's starting to get hot out here in St. Louis. So I'm gonna bring it inside the shop and kind of attack this exterior and show you guys how I do it. Okay, guys, so in this bottle right here, I have non-wheel acid diluted with water. It's kind of like I only put a little bit of water in here so it could be a little slippery. I kind of use this stuff on full power just so I can get majority of the stuff kind of taken away. And so basically what I do is I do this on every wheel, no matter if I'm using just this non-acid or just an acid-based one. And so basically I just take the bottle, and I wish I could use a pump spray on this, but this product is it looks liquidy, but it's super, super thick. Just because it sits on the wheel and it eats at it, basically. But what I'll do first is spray the barrel of the wheel first. From every angle, I'll spray the barrel. And I'm pretty generous with it too. I'll make sure I get into these lug nuts right here, spray a heavy action in there, and then just go around the whole wheel. Now, since this stuff is super, super strong and I know how good it works, I usually don't have to take like a scrubber and get up in the barrel because it's gonna eat at it already. So what I'll just do is make sure you get up in there. And then once I'm done with these, I'll just go ahead and do the face of the wheel itself. So, pretty straightforward. And you'll see how all this stuff comes off. Now this customer isn't super anal, and that's kind of one thing I know about when you're detailing. You gotta know your customers and learn your customers. So if the customer really doesn't care about the backside, true, you're supposed to do it, you know, just off of good faith, which this stuff is strong enough to do, as you can already tell right there. So when the power washer hits it, it'll blow off, but I know he's not too concerned about this. He's just concerned about the outside. So we're gonna handle that. All right, now guys, I usually do the wheels and then just let them sit until I'm done with everything else. That way I give enough time for the products and the chemicals to kick in, start eating away at the brake dust and tar and whatever like that. After that, I focus on the door jambs, but since this car is super dirty, it's oversaturated with algae and dirt, dust, pollen, all that stuff, I'll go ahead and focus on these areas right here. So in this bottle right here, this is the degreaser from Technician's Choice. It's called Orange Crush. I got it super diluted, as you can see. So it's kind of like almost a peach, but I got it mixed to a perfect mix that I know works exactly. I would just play with it. Don't let it get too watery if you're gonna use this. But don't also let it have too much orange in there to where you're oversaturating something and you can't get it out. So basically what I'll do here is I'll spray down the area that I'm working on. So just this whole little spot right here. And just start the scrubbing process. Now I try to work it into these areas as much as I can. As you know you're gonna be cleaning. Even the door handles, don't forget those. Because those have grime on them too. I don't think I showed you guys that, but even open it a little bit so you can get up in there. Don't forget about your gas cap. I know you guys can't see that right now, but this is one of those, I would call it red hot areas that the customer sees when you're detailing the car. So I'll probably come out with a video on that a little bit later about the red hot areas that you need to focus on when doing somebody's car. But as you can tell, every line basically, like every line you want to do. Now with the roof of the car and like the whole body panel of the car, what I'm gonna do is just spray the degrease on there. So I'm gonna just go like this, just so it gets a nice coating on there. With the roof, I'm gonna spray this on as well. And then I'm gonna actually spray another chemical on there, which is like bug remover, to help speed up the process and break down whatever is even on there. So I'm pretty much gonna do this around the whole car, but just so you guys can see me in action, I'm gonna knock this part out real quick. And then from that step, and don't forget, I mean, we're doing all the areas, guys. And don't forget about the mirror. Even by the door trim, at the bottom where it meets the plastic, you gotta do that area. But moving on from that, we're gonna be doing the door jambs as well. So let me try to scoot you guys back and you'll kind of see how I'm gonna attack this. It's not much of a good angle, I would say, but I'll put you guys right here. But I'm basically gonna spray the entire door jamb, every inch of it, scrub it with this, let it sit, come back with a pressure washer and blow it out. Now you see a pump sprayer will be perfect for this. If you have a pump sprayer, I would definitely just pump that up and just spray all the door jambs, especially if you're working with two people or so. You can definitely get away with that process, and that'll also help you. Now you can see I did the whole entire door jamb. Obviously I'm gonna go and do all the doors, but I'm just showing you guys this process real quick. But I wanna show you guys something here when you're kind of doing these cars or doing your car. So we've got this all done up and it's good, but I even go a step further, because I mean, this is the reason why you wash the car before you detail it in the first place. You may have to come back after your detail with some detail spray and re-wipe down the door jambs, but that's better than nothing. So what I usually do is I do the door jambs, but then I also spray a little bit in there, because if you got this plastic right here and some plastic pieces, you can see this plastic piece is kind of dirty. I'll even spray my degreaser in there, spray it on this rubber seal right here, and then I'll take my detail brush and just get in, basically inside the car as well too. This is why we are washing the car before we are detailing it. So I'm getting any gunk, anything, because a lot of times guys clean the cars, do the door jambs, but they leave crumbs embedded into this rubber seal right here, and that just looks bad, especially if you're, you know, trying to make yourself a pro. Just go ahead, take the power washer, blow in here, blow everything out on the carpet, because you're gonna be detailing the carpet anyway. So just go ahead and knock it out of the park and get it done. But I'm gonna speed up this next process and kind of show you guys how I'm doing everything. I'll move you guys around the car, but it's pretty much self-explanatory. I'm gonna do all the door jambs. I'm gonna do the engine last, but I'm gonna start with the engine first. That way it has time to dry, have time to put the product on there to cure it, and we'll be good to go. We'll take our vinyl dressing. It's diluted. You can get this. You can get any type of dressing. I honestly like the aerosol dressings that you can get, but obviously the engine has to be completely dry once you get those. Those are a good, like, you know, last minute. You forgot to, you know, dress the engine, but. With these wet vinyl applications, they're almost the best, because you always want to do the engine first, spray this on, and hopefully you can use, you know, kind of a crazy amount to give it that rich black deep look. Okay, so we got the car in here. It's dried off. As you can see, this thing is looking way better. Now you'll see on the on a short clip that I had posted in with the video that I did a quick clay bar wipe over with this car. You can see it's still looking good. Obviously we got the rock chips that we're not touching up, but you can see there's two types of clay barring that you can do. And just look how much better that roof is. Obviously he's got hail damage and, you know, stuff like that, but all that mold and algae and stuff is gone. But like I said, there's two types of clay barring that you can do. That was a clay mint. So I usually use those for if I'm doing a quick one-step or two-step correction. Other than that, I'll actually use a clay bar itself. But for something quick like this, to where you're just trying to, you know, knock off the surface, I wasn't rubbing too hard. As you can see, I was going pretty fast. But it was light aggression on the clay mint. So that's something that can, you know, set yourself apart from the other details out there. You quick little rinse, spraying your degreaser, spraying your bug remover. I typically like to use bug remover and degreaser together. I find that it's pretty powerful. But then a quick little clay mint rub down before you start to, you know, wash the car. And you can see that I was using an actual wash brush. Now I know those kind of get, you know, downplayed a lot from the detail industry, and they say, hey, I'll scratch your car, it'll do this, it'll do that. This is true. If you do not replace those heads, you know, every 4 months or a month, depending on how much volume of cars you're doing, if you don't replace those heads, over time the bristles will get stiff and they'll start to scratch the paint and stuff like that. That's why we always recommend you guys see a detailer and go get, you know, a hand wash. But detailing industry has came far within the past years, and they have created you know, safe detailing brushes, that heads that you can attach to poles and you can use for, you know, bigger vehicles and stuff like that. So I'm just wiping down these door jambs. But yeah, you guys can look those up. They have soft ones, medium ones, and hard ones. Obviously, if some paint is horrible and just messed up, you can definitely use all three. But as you can see on this video, I used one of those blue ones, you know, those mid-level blue ones to kind of wash this car. Obviously, I still have the mitts. Obviously, you still want to use the 2-bucket method, you know, with that type of mop head that you're using, so you can make sure it doesn't scratch the paint and you're not moving dirt from one spot to another. So that's one thing to, you know, keep in mind. And then also, obviously, when you're power washing a customer's car, know that you're going to get water on the inside, and know that you're going to come back later and clean it up, just like how I am now. You can see this is drenched right here with water. Obviously, when you're spraying off this part of the car, you will get some water on this headliner. So just come back, you know, and rub that in and make that back uniform. But there's gonna be some water and overspray getting inside the car. That's why I want you guys to go back in this video and really pay attention to my posture, how my body is angled, and, you know, the way I'm spraying it. Obviously I have the shorter gun, so I can get more closer. If I had the longer one, I'll be backed up far away. Yeah, just definitely pay attention to the posture of my body, the positioning, how I'm spraying it, how I'm angling it. A lot of people forget these top edges right here. You can see, perfect. A lot of people forget those top edges, and these top edges as well, and obviously this part. So just check out my posture and my positioning on that, and how I'm spraying it and which way I'm spraying it. Obviously I sprayed the engine first, but when you're spraying the engine, make sure all the doors are closed, because there's going to be debris flying back over the top of the car, possibly in the car. But yeah, that is that. Make sure you take a good towel, you know, something that you don't mind getting dirty, because obviously when you spray these jams out, there will be stuff you have to wipe out of them. Okay, here we are with the final product, guys. Check it out. Car is back to normal, shining as usual. Got all that stuff out of the cracks of the car, right around this area as well. Wheels are back to looking perfect. This stuff is heavy right here, heavy saturated, but everything is good. As you can see, the car is drying right now. As you guys can see, looking good. Trunk came out good. All that stuff's all clean. The shine is back, the gloss is back. Seats came out good. Yes, sir. That is it for this video, guys. Again, like, share, subscribe, and